so we are going to share it. The first book that I checked out, I have read, and it is Under the Whispering Door, and it's by T.J. Klune. You can't see it, but it's right here, T.J. Klune. Now, he writes The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is one of my favorite books of all time. And so I've been going through and reading some of his books. And this was a book that I started a long time ago. You might have seen it in all for audiobooks. I started it on the audiobook, kind of fizzled out, didn't finish it, but I got it from the library to finish. And I did finish it, and I really, really enjoyed it. I'll leave this here in case you want to read it. I'm just going to explain what it's about, but I'll leave this here just in case. This book, I think I gave it a 4.5 on Goodreads. It was very good. I liked it a lot, even though it was like a slow burn for me. I stopped reading it, and I didn't pick it back up for several months, maybe longer. I really, really enjoyed it. So basically, this is about a man named Wallace. This book starts when Wallace dies. He has a heart attack in his office. And then he basically is taken through his funeral, and he is taken to this tea shop. And the tea shop is where he is going to cross over into the afterlife, essentially. But Wallace is not ready to cross over. And so he stays there for a while, and he meets the, what is that called? The ferryman, the one who's going to help him cross over. And it's just a story about how he learns his humanity after he has already died. I really enjoyed it. I like T.J. Klune's style of writing a lot. This next one I have also already read. I'm trying to figure out a place to put this. I've also already read this one, and I actually loved it. I did not think I was going to like it that much, but I loved it. It's called The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I don't know if you can see that part. I don't think so. Sarah Beth Durst. And so this one I was a little bit concerned about because I had heard that it was a romance book. And if you've been here for a while, you know I'm not a big fan of a romance novel. It is not my favorite genre. I think what I dislike about it is the whole time you're reading a romance novel, you're in somebody's head, and they're just thinking about one person over and over and agonizing about this person and rethinking everything they did, rethinking everything they said, and just beating a dead horse, in my opinion, over and over and over again the whole novel. So they're just not my favorite. But this one I loved. It had this beautiful fantasy world in it, and I loved it. I'll leave this here. Now, I wasn't 100% sure how to say her name. It's probably Kyla, but I've been saying it Keela. It just was the way that I read it the first time, and I just read it that way every single time. So it starts out with Keela. And Keela is a librarian. Keela's a librarian, and the library is burning, and she has to get out of the library really, really quickly. And so she does. And she escapes. The city is called Elysium, I believe. She escapes, and she goes back to an island where she grew up with her parents. Now, this city that she evacuates from is burning because of a civil war. There is magic, and some people think that only the rich should be able to use magic. And there's is a civil war going on trying to overthrow the government. Now, she is not sure if they have been successful or not, if she's allowed to use magic or not, but she saves a bunch of spell books. And she has this spider plant who is her her companion throughout all of this. And she goes to the little house, the little cottage that she grew up in. She hides the spell books. She meets her neighbor, who is going to be the romantic focus of this novel. And yeah, it's really good. I enjoyed it so much. I would really recommend it. The next book that I read was actually Percy Jackson. I did finish this one as well. This is the second book, Sea of Monsters. I read the first one and the second one. I think I read the third one, and I think there was, if there are 4 or 5 books, I don't know. I'm on the last book right now of Percy Jackson, so I've read quite a few of them. This one was Sea of Monsters, but essentially what Percy Jackson is about, I'm not going to open it up because it would be spoilers, but I feel like a lot of people have already read it. It's kind of similar to Harry Potter in the age range that it's targeting, but it's like myths, mythological things instead of magic. And so Percy Jackson is Poseidon's son, and it just goes through all of his trials and tribulations. The Titans are trying to rise up and cause a civil war, and so that's what it's about. I enjoyed it. I really did. I don't think the writing is as good as Harry Potter. It's much simpler, but I liked it. Okay, I've also finished this book because they're due back today. I've read almost all of these, but I hated this book. I think I gave it a 2, which means I didn't like this. I did finish it, so I didn't give it a 1. But I absolutely hated this book. It is a book about, put it here for you. I don't know. Yep, that's pretty much where it stops, so you can see the whole thing. It is about an author. Her name is June, and her best friend's name is Athena, and she's an author too. Now, Athena is much more successful than June is, and she writes a lot of stories about her ancestry. She's Chinese. She digs into a lot of things in China's past and writes about it. And June is not successful as a writer. She sees Athena die, and she steals her manuscript from her apartment and publishes it as her own. And then this book is just about what happens after. I thought the premise was really, really good, but I hated every single character that I read about. I hated June. She was awful. I hated Athena. I didn't like her. So if you like reading books with unlikable finished this one. It's called We Solve Murders down here. We Solve Murders. I'm not exactly sure what this is about, to be honest. It says it's about someone named Steve Wheeler and Amy Wheeler. But I'm not sure. I wanted to read it because I love the Thursday Murder Club. Thursday Murder. Yeah, Thursday Murder Club. They're some of my favorite books in the whole world. Okay, and then lastly, the book that I have is one that I think I've shown before because I have been trucking through this one trying to finish it, and honestly, I don't know if I ever will. This book is Troy. This is by Stephen Fry, who wrote Mythos, which I've raved about. I love Mythos. I think it is an amazing book. I've read Mythos. I've read, what's the second one? Heroes. And so now I'm on Troy, and the next one is The Odyssey. This book is a beast. It doesn't look that big, but the writing is so small. It's a huge book. It's way bigger than the other ones. And it's a beast to get through. I actually prefer to listen to this book than to read it because Stephen Fry narrates it. He's an amazing narrator. You might know him from Hitchhiker's Guide to the she's around 18-ish. She's in her early adulthood. She is a dancer and decides to audition for the Radio City Rockettes in the 50s. I think it's 1952. I don't know if that's right, 56, something like that. And it's around the time that there is a bomber going around New York City and planting bombs, and she gets enmeshed within that while she is in the Rockettes. So that's the one I'm reading right now. Percy Jackson I'm done with. This is The Sea of Monsters. This one I read a little bit of it, like of the actual book, The Three-Body Problem. This one was brutal. It was so gory, it was so graphic. In the first couple of pages, it's sci-fi. Forgive me, I don't remember exactly what it was about, but it was so gory. I took a break from it and I never went back, but I did read more than 1% of that. This one is T.J. Klune, who wrote Under the Whispering Door, and it is the sequel to The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is one of my favorite books. I just haven't been in the right mind space to read this one next. So I need to get in the right mind space and read it. I have it on airplane mode, so I have it until I take it off airplane mode, but I don't know. This one, The Mystery Guest, is the sequel to The Maid, maybe. Does it say a Maid novel by Nita Prose? It is a sequel to one that I've already read that I thought was good but not great, but it interested me, it kept my attention. So when I saw that one was available, I got that one too. And that is it. That is what I have checked out and what I have read in the months of February, March, and April. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I tried to make it short, still 20 minutes long. That's pretty short. I hope that you enjoyed it. I am so glad to do this again and to get to hear from you again. Your comments and messages are so sweet and so kind. I'm trying, but this is not something I can do regularly at the moment. So I'll try to do library hauls as I get them. But right now, that's probably the only thing that I will be able to do. But I do have a bit of good news. My health issues that I was going through, I am on the other side of that, which is great, fantastic. There will always be some lingering things going on, but I am completely on the other side of that, on the healing side rather than the figuring it out side. So thank you to everyone that's wished me well in that regard as well. I really appreciate your kindness. I hope to see you guys soon. If I don't, I hope you have a great summer. Since that's coming up, it's almost May. I know summer doesn't start until June, but here it feels like summer has already